Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will be going over the top 5 reasons why your BMW E46 will die on you. Now, before getting into today's video, please give this video a huge thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Guys, we're almost at 20,000 subscribers. I think we just broke over 19,000 something, so we're pretty close to 20K. So let's get this channel to 20,000 subscribers. I know you guys can do it, so hit that thumbs up button and consider subscribing for more BMW and specifically E46 related content. All right, so the first reason why your BMW E46 could die is because of this guy right here, which is your thermostat. The thermostat on the E46 is known to go. And if the thermostat fails stuck closed, it can cause the engine to overheat, block can be warped, and it can pull the head studs. So make sure you replace your thermostat, especially use a good quality one so you don't have to deal with the issue of your engine potentially dying from overheating because of the thermostat. Now, mine actually did fail when I first got my car. It was stuck in the open position, which isn't that bad because coolant can still flow through. However, if it does get stuck in the closed position, you could destroy your engine if you don't catch it in time. I mean, obviously you're going to get a light on your dash saying that the car is overheating, but still you still have to pay attention, and some people necessarily don't care or don't know what that means. So look out for your thermostat. Moving on to the second reason why your BMW could die, and it has to do with your expansion tank. Your expansion tank is right here and is made of plastic and is a very poor designed expansion tank. The whole cooling system on the E46 is poorly designed, but this expansion tank can get a hairline crack, explode, and you could have the same problem of overheating as in the thermostat. So definitely something else to look out for is your expansion tank, so your car does not die on you, especially while you're driving. It would really suck if the expansion tank explodes or gets a hairline crack while you're driving and you have to pull over and get your car towed. Could end up for a bad day. So definitely replace that, make sure that it is good condition. Number 3 on my list of why your BMW can die, and is a very common reason why your car will die while driving, is your fuel pump. The fuel pump in the E46 has another, I guess I could call it design flaw, where it actually uses the gasoline in the fuel tank to keep the fuel pump cold. So a lot of the times your car may die if it's under a quarter of a tank, or may not even start if it's under a quarter of a tank, and that's because you're getting a soft failure of your fuel pump, and this is a reason why your car could potentially die on you. They usually go bad in all E46, especially at this age. I definitely recommend replacing it with a new one so you don't have to deal with this problem because of the design that it uses. It uses the gas to actually keep it lubricated and make sure that it's working correctly. And obviously if you go below 1/4 of a tank, there's not much gas in the tank to lubricate the fuel pump. Moving on to number 4. Now this one is kind of a tricky one. It really is a tricky one, and it's your MAF sensor. Matt actually had issues on his E46 with the MAF sensor. We swapped it around with mine, but to see if it's changed issues. But the MAF sensor is definitely a tricky thing on this car. And if you do need to replace this, before I say anything about this failing, if you need to replace this, use an OEM brand. Don't use any cheap Chinese or aftermarket parts because it will not start. So what happens with this? It can cause your car not to start. It can die. Some failures won't even throw a code, so it's very hard to actually diagnose some of these sometimes because it doesn't throw a failure. I've seen weird issues. Basically, if you hold your foot on the brake and the gas pedal, you won't be able to get gas. You'll notice the revs don't go up and it just doesn't do anything. That could be a sign of a failing MAF sensor. Now, like I said, it is tricky to diagnose. Sometimes you might just have to kind of do some inductive reasoning and bite the bullet and switch it out and see if that solves your issue. Like I said, use the Siemens one, or I think it's VDO makes one. Make sure you use the ones that actually came on the car. Matt's had some really bad Chinese sensor on it that caused so many issues. So make sure you're using genuine BMW or OE parts on this car if you do not want to have issues with the MAF sensor, because it could leave you stranded and have to get your car towed. All right, number 5 on the list, and some people don't say this is a common problem with the E46, and some people say it is. I think it is. Thankfully, I haven't had any issues with it, but I should probably go replace it now that I say this, just to be safe. But it's your crankshaft positioning sensor, which sits somewhere down here. You have to take off the MAF sensor, the DISA, throttle body, some other stuff, and it sits down there, and there's no rhyme or reason why this fails. It can fail. You could just be driving along, it could fail, or maybe your car won't start. There's so many different things that could happen that makes this fail, and there's different type of failures for this item, which is really hard to know when it fails too, and I just recommend replacing it. And again, when replacing this, make sure you are using an OEM sensor and do not use any Chinese or aftermarket parts on this crankshaft positioning sensor, because it's reading where the cylinders line up, and if it's not right, it can. I know BMWs, as you probably know, and since you have one if you're watching this video, they're very finicky. If they don't have the right parts from BMW, it will not act right, causing the car to have the same issue. And it may start after you replace with the Chinese one, it may start, but you might have a permanent engine code that won't go away that you can't clear. So definitely use OEM parts on that, because again, if it does fail, you could find yourself stranded, or maybe the car won't start, or you could just be driving along one day and you think it's fine and it just dies on you. So definitely replace that. Now, since you guys stayed along this far in the video, I will give you one more, I'll give you another one, I'll give you a bonus one that leads to issues, not necessarily dies, but I mean, it could potentially make your car die, and it's your CCV system, which goes down here. It's your crankcase ventilation system to separate all the water and oil. And usually the way to tell if you need a new CCV system is if you open up your oil cap, and there's yellow mustard. As you can see, I don't have one because I switched to a catch can right there, but definitely replace that, because it can get all gunked up. It can cause the car to smoke, run really rough, and even idle so bad that the car dies, because the idle is just so bad, because there's no vacuum, because these are vacuum lines. So if any of these lines are torn open really bad, you could have a really bad vacuum leak, causing the car to just stall out. So definitely take a look at that as another issue of why your car could die. But you will get codes for these. You'll get codes for most of these, but sometimes you won't get codes for, like I said, the MAF sensor. So those are all 5, well, actually 6 reasons why your BMW E46 could die on you. All right, everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it wasn't the most exciting video, but I'm trying to bust out some more videos during this quarantine period with coronavirus. I hope everyone is staying safe. Just have some extra time in my hands, so trying to make some videos to hopefully reach out to more of you guys that have E46, and hopefully some more people will discover the channel. Like I said, we are close to 20K, so give this video a huge thumbs up and consider subscribing if you guys are new here. If you guys have any questions at all related to BMWs, or just want to say what's up, drop a comment down below. I do try to respond to every single comment. That is all I have for this video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.